As Manchester City languish behind their rivals in the Premier League, questions swirl about what has gone wrong for Pep Guardiola's seemingly indomitable side. Sitting well below their usual stratospheric standards, the defending champions are facing their sternest test in years. But how have they fallen so far behind? And can they recover in time to salvage their season? After clinching their 5th Premier League in a row last season, many anticipated City to maintain their dominance. Yet cracks have emerged that have seen the reigning champions struggle for consistency and fluency. The loss of key personnel, injury setbacks, and a lack of physicality in crucial areas have compounded their problems. This season, City are no longer the relentless machine that could grind out wins even on their worst days. One of the main criticisms leveled at City this season has been their inability to maintain the high standards they set for themselves over the past few years. Under Guardiola, City redefined excellence in the Premier League, consistently achieving 90-plus points in seasons past. This year, they look sluggish and uninspired, particularly in games they would have easily won in previous campaigns. Defensively, City have looked vulnerable, conceding goals in uncharacteristic fashion. Their build-up play, once crisp and precise, has often been ponderous, allowing opposition teams to disrupt their rhythm. Offensively, their once clinical attack has misfired, with players struggling to convert chances or create the volume of opportunities City fans are accustomed to seeing. This regression has been most evident in games against their direct rivals, where City have often been second best. In tight encounters, their lack of physicality and intensity has been exposed, leading to defeats that highlight their fragility this season. One of the most significant factors in City's decline has been the injury and subsequent absence of Rodri. The Spanish international, pivotal to Guardiola's system, has been the glue holding the midfield together. His positional intelligence, defensive acumen, and ability to dictate play from deep make him arguably the most important cog in City's machine. Without Rodri, City's midfield has looked disjointed. Guardiola has looked towards Mateo Kovacic, Bernardo Silva, or Ilkay Gundogan to fill the Rodri void, but it is evident that these players lack the defensive instincts to play this role. The absence of a commanding presence in midfield has left City vulnerable to quick transitions, with opposing teams finding it easier to exploit the space in front of their backline. Moreover, Rodri's absence has had a knock-on effect on the attack. Without his ability to recycle possession and control the tempo, City's forwards have seen fewer opportunities to flourish. Rodri's injury has highlighted just how dependent Guardiola's system is on having the right profiles in key positions, and his return cannot come soon enough. Another critical issue for City this season has been their lack of physicality in key moments. Over the years, Guardiola's sides have often been described as small in terms of physical stature, but big in terms of footballing dominance. However, this season, they appear to lack the bite required to win second balls or dominate aerial duels in crucial moments. This issue has been most apparent in matches against high-energy, physical teams who can disrupt City's rhythm with relentless pressing and physical duels. Similarly, City's reliance on Haaland to provide a focal point up front has made them predictable in some games, as opposing defenses crowd out the Norwegian striker and challenge City to find alternative routes to goal. Against Liverpool, Haaland was the only Man City player on the pitch to score a Premier League goal. That is not good enough. Even defensively, City have shown uncharacteristic frailty. The towering presence of Ruben Dias remains an asset, but inconsistent performances from others, including Nathan Ake and Manuel Akanji, have left them exposed. Without a midfield shield in Rodri, the backline has been forced to deal with more direct attacks, and City's lack of physical dominance in duels has been glaring. While Guardiola remains one of the game's most innovative managers, questions have been raised about whether City's tactics have grown a little predictable. Teams seem better prepared to counter City's build-up patterns, often sitting deep to nullify Haaland's threat while springing fast counters when possession is turned over. The integration of signings like Jeremy Doku and Josko Gvardiol has been a mixed bag. Doku has shown flashes of brilliance, but has struggled with consistency. Gvardiol, though promising, is still adapting to the physical and tactical demands of the Premier League. These growing pains, combined with injuries to key players like Kevin De Bruyne, have made it harder for Guardiola to find his optimal setup this season. Guardiola himself has appeared frustrated at times, tinkering with his formations and personnel in search of solutions. While tactical flexibility has been one of his greatest strengths, too much chopping and changing has disrupted City's rhythm and left players struggling to build chemistry on the pitch. Despite their struggles, it would be unwise to count Manchester City out. This is a team with an unrivaled pedigree under Guardiola, a manager known for finding solutions to even the most complex problems. The return of key players like Rodri and De Bruyne will undoubtedly bolster their fortunes, restoring balance and creativity to a side that has been crying out for leadership on the pitch. City's depth, while not as imposing as in previous seasons, remains formidable. Players like Phil Foden and Jack Grealish have the potential to take on greater responsibility and lift the team when needed. Guardiola's ability to unlock their full potential in the second half of the season could be a game changer. Additionally, City's experience in title races cannot be underestimated. They have been in this position before, trailing behind rivals only to go on extraordinary runs of form. Guardiola's relentless pursuit of perfection has often seen City find another gear when it matters most, and their rivals will be wary of a potential resurgence.